Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday the 2nd of April. We're into a new month. There were no mods yesterday. We have got mods today though. There was a blog post today. I've done a video on it regarding mods, modding, the Modhub, mod testing that Giants have put out off the back of some feedback. Let's say feedback. They received recently. So if you're interested in anything surrounding those type of subjects, it is interesting to understand from a non-modding, non-modders perspective the process that happens when mods are submitted and how it works, that kind of thing. Just gives a better understanding. Also to do with mod conflicts on maps, and there's a whole load of information if you fancy checking it out. But no updates today, so we're going to crack right along. We start off with this here. This is the bridge set by Razak. It is 7.36 megabytes download, 2s, 3s and 4s on the slot counts. You'll find that in the build mode and others. We scroll down our other section. You'll find the small bridge, which is this one just here for 5 grand. You'll find this one here for 10 grand. The mobile, what's this mobile bridge? I don't think you can pick it up and move it, but I think because the design of it is supposed to be, you know. And then we've got this one here, the covered bridge. There was no customization option on this, was there? No, I thought I'd double check that. I didn't put it down, but we'll have a look at them in a bit close detail. And this one here, which is the larger of them all, the large wooden bridge just there. I didn't make my crevasse quite big enough, but it will span a much wider gap. I would say, as I've said before, make sure if you can that you can level either side as best as you can before you place it, otherwise it can cause all sorts of carnage. Yes, I do like these ones. I use them a lot. I mean, I think it was Elm Creek, was it? We had them on Elm Creek originally, or did I put one on Elm Creek? I can't remember now. I like these style of bridges. Nice, straightforward, gets the job done, bang, and it goes. I think they are designed to be mobile in the real world, aren't they? Like a rudimentary Bailey bridge, kind of. Then we've got the covered version, just here, with the stonework either side. Now this one goes, the foundations, this are quite low. As you can see, this sits perfectly flat, so our entrance and exit, depending on which way you come onto this, is sitting level, no problem at all. But it does actually sit very low, which I suppose is all the rest of it, the foundations and everything that's supposed to go into it for the covered section. And then this one here, again, nicely made, nicely detailed. And they do a job, as you can see. Put them across rivers, waterways, holes in the ground, whatever you fancy. It's up to you. That's the bridge set by Razak. Actually, we're going to go straight onto this one because we're right by it. We're going to come back to some other stuff in a minute. As soon as we're down here, I've been having a fiddle around trying to get my map to work, my test map. When I place animal pens and things, and you get that thing up saying area restricted, and then you can't place animal pens, it won't allow fencing and all that kind of stuff. And somebody said about ploughing a while back, so I ploughed a whole load of it, resurfaced it, didn't do anything. So what I tried doing then was re-leveling. So whatever level the ground was at, I either lowered the level in one area, so just lowered it a little bit in a patch of square, and then levelled from there a little bit lower, or raised it a little bit, then levelled it. Just, you know, a foot, half a foot, then smooth out the edges. And that seemed to work. Yeah, I mean, it's quite an extreme thing to do, but, you know, it seems to work. Anyway, we are over here. This is, yeah, this is not weird. That's the wrong way to put it. This is the sheep barn L-shaped by MISSYB. 3.96 megabytes download. 8 slots, 97,000 to buy. It will hold 250 in its base configuration. But as you can see, you can make the pen whatever size you want. So you've got the option for extending the pen and putting the meadow grass in if you want. I think this one holds up to 398 now. Weirdly, it's got this bit here for straw, which I couldn't get to work, but the sheep don't take straw. They don't take bedding anyway. So I'm not sure why that's on there. A curiosity. Feed can be put in either side, this side or this side, just here. There is a huge, I assume, water trough here, but there's no water required. You don't need to put any water in. Dialer box and opening of gates is done just here. As you can see, we've got 368, but, you know, at the end of the day, it depends how big you make your pastures, isn't it, really? Let's close the gate. If you're wondering where, because I've got goats in here as well, there's nothing labelled for where your wool pallets or your milk canisters, churns, will spawn. They actually spawn right here. I did speed up time off camera to just double check to see what would happen. And like I said, there's not actually anything marked on the ground, but this is where they'll spawn, just here. So your wool pallets and your milk canisters will spawn there. Build mode, up to our animals, across to our sheeps. Just there. The sheep barn L shape, shall I say. Just there. No customization options, were there? No, comes as it is, other than obviously just extending the pen size and putting in the meadow grass. Next, we've got this. This is the loading ramp with dock leveler by Pascal Kautz. It is 5.9 megabytes download, 6 slots, 4,350. Under build mode and tools is where you'll find it. This is not a mobile one. This is a placeable. So just there. There's no customization option for colour or anything like that. It comes just like that. Again, this is one that needs to be really placed on as level ground as you can possibly do it. And once placed, and you back a vehicle up to it. This is an interesting one because I backed this one up to it. And it's almost exactly the same height. But it's designed to work with vehicles that are either a little bit too high, a little bit too low, whatever it might be. So what you do is you come up the ramp here. Come to this bit here, and it says close leveler. And it lifts that up. Folds that ramp away and puts it down. Now I backed up as close as this would let me, and there must be some kind of hidden barrier somewhere because I couldn't get this right up against it. And then when it lifts, it kind of, I don't know if it's hitting some kind of obstruction somewhere. Potentially it is, but that's how it works. The fact this one sits level is, you know, one of those things. It depends what lorry you're using. So press circle, it raises it up, and I say it will then open up and then come down and sit at whatever level it needs to be at. And in this case, it's just there, which is the right height, in essence. And that's what it does. Very useful indeed, I must say. That's the loading ramp with dock leveler by Pascal Kautz. Next, we've got this, the Krajenskie House Pack. This by Kuhn. It is 39.79 megabytes download. 15s through to 22s on the slot count. There are 10 buildings. So there are 5 buildings with an alternative, or with an alternate. An alternate. Not under customization, actual separate buildings, but they are duplicates of the same. It will make sense when we have a look in here. Let's go to our farmhouses, and we'll come down to here, and you'll see. So here's our first one there. 17,500, 15 slots, and this one looks like this. There. It's alternate, looks like that. None of these buildings you can go into, but they are nicely made and detailed with various different decorations. The second one's down here, 30 grand each. 2-story, slightly larger. Sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger either side of the building, just there. And then the alternate for this one is this one here. We then got this one here for 27,500. This might be the one I placed actually. And you've got a sleep and wardrobe trigger down under there. Like so, with its alternate being a brickwork version. Like that. Then we've got this one here for 20 grand. With this version to go with it. And then finally, this one here. Needs a bit of work. With the brick version. Right there. And there you go. So I say, this one here, sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger. Some of them are right next to each other. Some are one's one side, one's the other. One's one side, one's around the other side of the building. But there you go. The Krajenskie House Pack by Kuhn. Next we got this. This is the small potato chip production by Piersi. It is 0.86 megabytes download, 3 slots and 38 grand to buy. Build mode and factories is where you'll find it. No customization options, it comes just like that. So unlike a lot of the smaller ones, which are 36, this is 38 grand. I don't know why, but it is. If we come over to here, click on this. Putting in is done to our left, but this is our managed production. 12,000 litres of our oils and potatoes, 240,000 litres. So we can do a recipe there with just potatoes, which is a 10 to 1. So it's 100 potatoes down to 10 potatoes. Then we've got one there with canola oil, and these ones are a little bit better. These are 10 to 3, so and a little bit of canola oil in as well. You've got one there with olive oil and one there with sunflower oil. The recipes aren't huge. The cycles per month aren't particularly high. So they'll chug away for a bit. They'll take a while and you'll get your potato chips. There's no different flavours. You just get potato chips. Interestingly, there's no... I suppose that would be an interesting one to have salt required. A type of salt. And you could have really salted. But anyway. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. And there it is. Putting in done there. Pallets was spawned there. The small potato chips production by Piersi. Next we've got these, and these are representative of a load. And when I say a load, I mean an absolute ton. This is the Silos FS pack by Piesel. 25.33 megabytes download. 5s across the board. We've got silos and we've got silo extensions. Various different versions of the individual silos like this. If we come to here, we can fold the blower. Bring it back out again. We can fold the pipe. He says. Now, if you look like that, which is how it came, the pipe and the drop-off point are right on top of each other. So if you're unloading into the silo, you probably want it like that. And then what you want to do is put that away, put that out. When you want to take out of the silo, it'll do that. Not bad. This one, the twin ones, are a little bit different. Taking out the silo, you've got your marker just there. But then putting it into the silo, you've got a cover here, which opens. If I go there, it says fold the blower. Opens up, gives you a little icon. There's no way of... I don't think there's any way of folding the pipe away. I think the pipe stays as it is, yeah, because it's above, it's not in the way. They look like that. So, build mode and silos is where you'll find them. And there are a load. I'm not going to read them all out, but you'll get the gist as we get down to them. So, for 13 grand, we've got a 13,300 litre. We've then got a 14,000, a 17,000, 18,500, 24,000 litre, 27, 29.5, 33,000. Then we move on to the twin ones, 54,000 litre, a 59,000 litre, and a 66,000 litre, and that one's a little bit bigger like that. Customization options on these are, when we change the colour, it changes the bottom section. Let's go blue so it stands out a bit. So the underneath, the cone underneath, the bottom of the silo, is what changes colour. So if you see on these ones here, that I left as it was, that one I went red, and that one I went yellow. And we come back out there and we go into our build mode again, come across our silo extensions, and you've got exact duplicates of the ones we've just seen. They are just extensions. They don't have the pipes and stuff on there. So you can place these close to extend the capacities you already have. Now these aren't multi-fruit silos. These are standard crop types. So it'll hold all your grain types and things of that nature. So that is the Silos FS pack by Piesel. Next, Tom Pemberton's farm is making a showing. Well, actually, we've got two farms. I think I might put it on the thumbnail, actually, as well. This is the Ballam Road new cattle shed by FS Landscaping, who bought us the Ballam Road dairy farming map on FS22. So, 4.92 megabytes download, 17 slots, 120,000 to buy. It'll hold 125 cows. It does come attached with, I think this is, because this has silage clamps on the real farm. This has silage clamps to the side here. There's stuff piled up around here. There's a huge slurry tank there, and then the sort of farm carries on around the side there. So this is the new shed. I could be pedantic and be picky. You know, I watch Tom Pemberton pretty much every day, whenever we post mods anyway. Videos. There's a few things that aren't exactly right, but I mean, at the end of the day, it looks just like the barn does. This is the showroom, which is the old shed, and they built the new shed onto it. This has been used for various different things over the years, and I know Tom's been talking about for a long time, wanting to have this as a kind of area where people can come and they can watch and look at the animals and that kind of stuff. But anyway, dialogue box is just here. I digress. I said 120 cows, 125 cows it will hold. Feed trigger and bedding trigger is down the middle here. If we come out to the side here, what's been tacked onto the side of this is the calf barn. And again, this building here, in this version, can be used just for storing vehicles, equipment, machinery, that kind of thing. The gate does open and close. And in the real world, the calf barn has little stalls, and they change it around as they need to by adding in different gates and fences and stuff like that. Come around to the front here. We've got our slurry point, which again, the real world one, this is all slatted. There's a big slatted area here. It comes down into the slatted area here, the slurry tank, then gets pumped up into the huge slurry tank just there. That's why our slurry point is just here. These gates do open. This one swings around to there and closes that bit off. This one swings round. Is it going to work? To this side? It needs to be that one. Probably did it the wrong way around, but that's all right. So that one opens this way, like so. So if you want it drive through, like I said, feed and bedding goes in the middle. The bedding, when I put it in, this texture was already here. As you can see, the animals they go through everything, including the gates here as well. With these gates closed, the animals will still wander through these. That's more of a kind of decorative item, I think, more than anything else. I was just going to say, actually, I've done the same thing. I did all my prep, came out, and suddenly thought I didn't look for a light switch. I'm assuming, could be a bit of an assumption, that lighting is automatic. Unless up this end. Yes, I know. Boom, boom, boom. I can't see one anywhere. It probably says in the description. Let me just double check that. No, it doesn't say. Cattleshed also comes with old style bale vehicle shed and carving shed, which can also be used for small vehicles. Shout out to Mr. Farquhar for helping on the testing. Yeah, I mean that in essence. Oh, your milk point's just here. Sorry, meant to point that out as well. But it's nicely made, nicely detailed. And again, it makes me, I'm sort of mentally visualising where everything is in relation to this, which is very cool. It evokes a feeling. So that's the Ballam Road new cattle shed by FS Landscaping. Next to that, we've got this. This is representative of two in this pack. The K word, Kuhn, let's just say Kuhn, profile pack. This is by Łosioł, I think it is. Łosioł Baki. 8.28 megabytes download, 5 slots each. One's 9,000 litres, one's 18,000 litres. This is the 18,000 litre version. I've got total meat ration in this already. This will tip left or right. It is a feed mixer that can be filled with or from either buying things silos, your own silos. If you've got a multi-fruit, bales can be put into it. As you can see, we do have our counter on there, so we know how much is in there. And that there's no option to adjust that or twist that. That stays as it is, I think. I need to double check that while I'm just starting off that. So let's go down to our animals, and you will find it here under forage mixers. So there's a small one, 20 grand for the 9,000 litre, and then 39 grand for the 18,000 litre. 60 horsepower, 120 horsepower required. Only option on this one is colour. On this one, you wait till we get onto the BigBuds. We've got Continental, BKT, Trelleborg, Vredestein back again for our tyres. On the ones that have an option, we've got standard and the standard 2, I think standard and a wide kind of thing, and our main colour option on there as well. So let's just hop out there, hook up. I've got time at the end. There's something else I need to address. See, it's an ongoing thing, which I did a video on. I missed in one video, did a video on, and then, yeah. So we have got the option to, under L1, we have got turn on mixer wagon, which we can, and the rotors are turning inside. You can't see that because we've got stuff in it. Tip side left, tip side right. No option to adjust that. But if we look out to the side, you can see it just back there. So as you unload, it does give you your counter, which makes life much easier. So there we go. That is the Kuhn, did I say Profi? Profile pack. Next, just over here, we've got this. This is the Bale and Pallet trailer pack. Now, when it says Bale and Pallet trailer pack, this is auto load for bales, not auto load for pallets. That means that I haven't tried. I don't think it is, because the images do show a forklift loading pallets on. I will try actually before we finish. This is by RossN mods. It is 14.69 megabytes download. We've got a 16 and an 18. That's the 16, that's the 18. 4 slots and 5 slots, respectively. Now, it does list all the types of bales that can be put on there, but not the amounts. This will do all different bale sizes, square and round. It will also do cotton bales, square or round, too. So it lists all the types, but it doesn't actually list the amounts, which, fair enough. You'll find this under a couple of areas. It was under bale transport, so just there. That one and that one. So there's your 16 for 22 grand and your 18 for 30 grand. You'll also find it under, was it flatbeds? I think it was under flatbeds as well, because it can just be used as a flatbed. So the 16, auto load, yes or no, don't have to have it on. We've got tyre choices, Continental, Trelleborg, Michelin, Bigatti, Vredestein, back to Continental, with a few different tyre choices within those. Again, have a fiddle around, you'll find something you like. We've then got Bale support, front, rear, both, if you want it. If you don't, if you want to just use it auto load off and you want to use it as a flatbed type trailer, you might not want to have either of those on, but that's up to you. Decals, no or yes, which puts a reflective strip down the side like that. On the back as well, on the back too, over the Bale decals. Then we've got UK attacher, which is a pin hitch, and then we've got a ball hitch option as well. Tension belts, yes or no. Main colour option, which will do your main colour, and the rim colour option and a license plate option on there too. Then move from that one on to the 18. Same options for our auto load. I think it's pretty much the same options all the way down. Just double checking that. Yeah, difference is this one's got sides on it, which you can raise lower or automatically or manually. Because it is, in essence, it's the same trailer, just with these fancy bits on the sides. So you don't actually have to have tension straps if you don't want them. That, of course, is always up to you. So let's go to the 16 first. I did square bales on this one. As you can see, we've got 27. I think we've got 26. I want to say, why is that showing 5 bales? Oh, it's because I've unloaded onto the trailer. I was thinking, that's weird. Why is it showing that? So let's undo the tension straps. And that's reset itself. That's now saying 27 bales. Right, so we've got under R1 and right stick side to side. We can go side to side and up and down. So for the unloading of our bales, we can put it right down to the ground. So when we went to unload, there's no dropping, there's no chance of them rolling off or going anywhere, especially if you're doing round bales. And then we've got under L1, R1 and right stick side to side, we've got a forwards and back motion. So you've got a bit of scope for movement and adjustment for loading or unloading. If I unload bales, there we go. Now we'll do it. Abort unloading. What's that done this time? That's weird. What happened there? Abort unloading. There we go. Now move our bales. Put them down. Please let me unload here. Unload bales. Unload here. There we go. Down the ground. Then loading back up again. Stop unloading. Operating position. Loads them all back up again. Job done. You can unload them and then onto the trailer and then tension strap them if you want to. As I always say, ethereal bales to bales with real mass. Now, what I will say is with the round bales on this one, that is a bit more of a problem. So this one, L1 and right stick side to side, and right stick up and down, will automatically raise and lower these. Will raise these sides manually. So L1 and right stick side to side and up and down will do these manually. Now same thing again. We've then got our options for moving over bales, raising and lowering, forwards and backwards. Get to where we want to put them. Unload bales, unload here. It says. Why is that again? Abort unloading. Let's try that again. It's because I had them above there first. There we go. And I'd already started to unload. Unload bales, unload here. There you go. So they didn't go too far adrift. We're okay. Reset bale position. Stop unloading. Operating position. And there we go. They'll all go back on again once they get close enough. But what I will say is, what I found when I tried to unload them onto the trailer, it's fine if you do it like this, I think, because we've got the front and back on this. I'll just show you. If we now do transport position, like that, and I say unload bales and unload bales here, I don't think it's going to do it. Yeah, look. Ooh. So unloading onto the trailer to then tension strap down, it's not pretty. So if I now go stop unloading and then operating position, it does that automatically when you do that. It's now going to reset them all, and then I can go back to transport position and we can drive off. So when you're doing all those options, the sides raise and lower automatically, but we do have the option to raise and lower those manually if we want. Toggle work modes, you've got ground, flatbed. Oh, that's probably why I was having problems with it. Although it would still let me do it anyway. Yeah. We're golden. There we go. At the end of the day, they're auto trays. Oh, was I going to try? Shall I try? I don't think they're designed to unload, to load a pallet. Just give me a second. I'm going to get a couple of pallets out. I'm pretty sure they're not, but it doesn't hurt to double check, does it? The fact all of the options it gives you says to unload bales and unload bales here, I don't think so. I just think it's the wording of the actual mod, Bailey, Bale and pallet trailer. I think people will assume it's an auto load. Let's go transport position. It's not going to, is it? No, like I say, it didn't hurt to double check because you never know. But there you go. So that's by RossN Mods, which brings us on to the last mods for today. And actually, while I'm going over that Horse Joker MT cultivator, and then I did the video on it, the modded one, and then the Giants one, saying the Giants one didn't work. I had loads of people messaging me saying the reason you couldn't find it when you did your mod reviews because it's designed to spread slurry. It's under slurry tanker, slurry tools. That's where you'll find it. So when I did the video, that's where I showed it, and I said the Giants one isn't working. I don't understand why. Then I had as many people message me saying the reason is because it's designed to do solid fertilizer, not slurry. So so let me just reiterate this. Oh, dearie me. I haven't got the modded one installed, but if we go to cultivators, the base game Tiger 8 MT is there. Has a pipe on it, and then we can go fertilizer distribution unit. Now, that doesn't say liquid fertilizer, it says fertilizer. The modded version hooks up to a tanker. This version will hook up to a tanker because I showed it on the video, but it wouldn't spread the slurry. And that's when people then said, that's because it's not designed to do slurry, which all the other people said, this is what the modded one was designed to do, and this one should do. What it's designed to work with, if we come down to our fertilizer spreaders, not fertilizer spreaders, seed tank here, that horse seed tank there, because that will do seed or solid fertilizer, if you put that one on the front of a vehicle and then grab that cultivator, the pipe joins from front to back and it will do solid fertilizer fertilizing with the cultivator, and it will work. Yeah. Anyway, the modded one I showed, and the modded one did what it was supposed to. But because I said the Giants one didn't work, people were incensed and angry with me. So I apologise. It does work. It was just with a different thing. Last of the mods for today, then. The BigBud Series 3. Buckle in. This is by Classic American Icons Modding and Balog 2003. 77.8 megabytes download. We've got one at 18 slots, one at 21 slots, one at 18 slots, one at 21 slots. Most of the options are the same. Not all of them. Horsepowers do change as we go through the range and some of the tyre choices. I am not going through all the tyre choices. There are loads. But there's some weird things with the mod on this. As you can see, we've got the Welker Farms variant just here. So I say a lot of the options are the same, but some are different. As you can see, we've got a 3-point option on here, which is quite handy for a big bird. A big old unit with some nice horsepower. So we've got various different frame versions on this. So we go up to our large tractors and we come to here. So we've got the Series 3 small frame, large frame, extra large frame, and the Welker BigBud. The BigBud version, or the Welker Farms version, has got less options than all the others because it is to mirror the Welker Farms version. So prices, as you can see there, 180,500, 210,500, 240,500, 220. So we'll start on the small frame. Now, options, I think, are pretty much the same on all of them with regard to tyres. But what's odd is we've got Lizard, VKT, Trelleborg, Continental, Michelin, Mitas, Vredestein, back to Lizard. Now, we've got here, this one says Standard, Twins, Standard, but it's not the same Standard. So it's not saying Standard 2. So don't get caught out. Look at the tread pattern. That's our first Standard. Twins, and it says Standard again, but that's a different tread. Twin wheels, then it says Standard again, different tread again. Twin wheels, Standard 2, now it changes. Twin wheels, and then triples. And then I think we go back to the original Standard, yeah. So again, there's a few different ones here. Standard, Twin, Standard, Twin, Standard, Twin, but they're all different wheel types. So you'll go through and you'll find the ones that have got triples, the ones that haven't, the tyre choices you like, the ones you don't, and there are a whole load to choose from. So we've got the blue decal kit. Now that's not available in all of them, but most of the other ones are. So we've got blue decal, red decal, empty. We've then got USA, Canada, Australia, custom black livery, tan, silver decal kit, olive, back to blue again. Exhaust, we've got small and large. We then got beacon light, yes or no. Sorry, beacon light, warning triangle, or both, should I say. We then got cruiser cab, or we got ROPS cab. That's the same on all of them. I will say we go on to the next ones, the ones that are on all of them. GPS system, yes or no, that's on all of them. We've got front work lights. You've got yes, LEDs, or no. The back has standard work lights, but you can have those as LED or back to standard. So there's no option for no on those ones. Then you've got axle. Underneath, you've got type 1, type 2. We've then got filter. So air filter, we've got short, long, long 2, twin, back to short. We've got flag, same as the colour, the options on it. So we've got USA, Canada, Australia. No, oh no. What was the other one? Oh yeah, back to no again. Tinted glass, yes or no. We've then got exhaust system material, standard or chromed. We've then got attachers, standard, front 3-point link. Again, that's on all of them, I think, pretty much. And a license plate option. So we go to the large frame. Now, the option on that one, say option, that's 360 horsepower. So the large frame we come to has different horsepower options. Starts on 400, 450, 525, 600, and back again. So 600 horsepower being the highest we go. But you can see the engines were changing, weren't they? Yeah, the engines are changing as you move through those horsepower bands. Again, wheel types are pretty much the same. Again, you can go through, you'll find something you'll like. Design on this one, we've got original, industrial, empty. Then we go through all the other options the other ones had, all the various different liveries. So that's got a couple of different ones at the start. Then we're back to original. Exhaust the same, beacon light and warning triangle. Cab, cruiser and ROPS is exactly the same. GPS, work lights are all exactly the same. Axles, now this one has the option for, I think all the next three do. Inside the cab, you've got a Welker Farms hat, yes or no. Then the filter options are the same, flags are the same, tinted glass, exhaust material, attachers, better double check that, yep, 3-point. I think there wasn't another option, was there? No, 3-point standard, and a license plate. So then we come to the extra large frame. This one is 650 horsepower, so up on the previous one, but no other options then, it's still on that. Again with, configuration original, industrial custom. You look at the difference in the shape from that to that to that, and then back, which the other versions didn't have. All out, actually, what changed on there when we went for industrial? I think it might be the GPS system and work lights and stuff. There was a few options. No, it's the decal kits that were missing. Yeah, I think so. So then we got all the tyre options we looked at already. Decals, we've got the red, yellow. This one's got a yellow. Empty, then we go through the other options. The black, tan, silver decal, olive, back to red. Exhaust the same, beacon lights, cab, GPS, work lights, hats, flag, tinted glass, attachers, all exactly the same. Come off of that, and then we come to the Welker version. Now this one is set as well. This is set at 600 horsepower. Tyre options again on this one. This doesn't have as many other options as you can see, because this is trying to stick more to the Welker Farms version. Plus, it's got the Welker Farms sticker on the side. So we've got wheel setups, GPS, yes or no. Welker Farms hat, yes or no. Flag, yeah. What flag? USA, Canada. Oh no, it doesn't have the Canada. Of course it doesn't. Flag USA or no. Tinted glass, and then the attacher, which their version doesn't have a 3-point, but you know, you can mock one up. Of course you can. So there we go. There's a few to choose from, a few different options on there. Now we did have a plough recently from Classic American Icons Modding, which was designed to attach onto these. I'm sure I said when I did the review on it. Hang on, let me just double check. If I click on the website and click onto their logo, the Lizard Titan 19.5, I'm sure that's designed to hook onto the 3-point on this. Because it hooks onto any 3-point, but because it was by them, my initial thought was it's got to be for the BigBuds, surely. So, come out, I've got the Welker version. Let's hop in, start it up. Horn, we have got the option to open and close the door, like so. Lights, this doesn't have the option for changing your LEDs or adding LEDs, but I think their base version has LEDs now, doesn't it? I'm sure they changed all theirs out for LEDs, yeah, on the front. 600 horsepowers with the front 3-point link as well. flag fluttering. So if you're from Canada and you drive the Canadian one, you might not want the Welker Farms version. That's up to you, of course. Does sound quite cool. Interior. Whoa. And there you go. There's the Welker hat. Sat to the side. Very cool indeed. So there you go. That's the BigBud Series 3 by Classic American Icons Modding Balog 2003. I hope you found all this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.